Hi, welcome to my channel. This is the first video in a series that I'm doing inside of Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. The series, I'm going to call it Abandoned in Grand Teton. And what I'm doing is, most people come to Grand Teton to see the animals, the bison, the grizzly bears, the black bears, antelope, elk, moose, or take a beautiful hike, or climb the Grand Tetons, or visit some lakes and waterfalls. But there's a human history in Grand Teton National Park that I'm exploring with this series of videos. And the late 1800s to the early 1900s, before the park was formed, there were homesteads here and ranches that were created, private inholdings, that lasted until the 1940s sometimes, 60s, 1980s, and 2000s. Eventually these properties have resorted to the park ownership. Sometimes they were sold and then there was a lease back for the families to stay in it for 20 years, that type of thing. But some of them are dude ranches, they're cattle ranches, vacation properties and homesteads, and there's a lot of neat history in this park, and a lot of them are really well preserved, and it's amazing. And so you capture this sense of Western life when I visit these that I think you might enjoy. So the first one that I'm visiting today was one of the later properties here, and it probably lasted until the 2000s. And it's a neat property, and it has actually a second property next to it that we'll be visiting also. But we'll be able to go inside the building. It's kind of some later architecture. It looks kind of like a vacation home. There's some outbuildings, some barns, quite a few corrals, and a creek running through the property. And so it's a neat place to see, and it sits right on the bank of the Snake River also. But I think you'll enjoy it. But if you like this kind of stuff, subscribe to my channel, and you'll be able to tag along on more than a dozen of these that I'll be creating. And I hope you enjoy it. Okay, we're approaching the first property. You can just now see some type of outbuilding right here. Oh boy. Just off to my left is looks like a pretty large coyote or a fox. I haven't seen his tail yet. I don't know if you can see that running. Excellent. First critter of the day. One thing I'll have to be careful of is I'm kind of doing something I don't normally do, which is come out in the evening. It's around 5 o'clock, 5:30, and as you get towards dusk, you start to see a lot more animals. So I'm going to have to make this kind of a quick trip today. And if we start seeing a lot of animals of the clawed type, then I'll probably head on out and visit another time. But this is an outbuilding here. It's like a bridge. And we'll walk over and take a look at that. And then here's kind of the main house. Again, this one's much more recent than a lot of the other ranches I've visited. But it is interesting. I'm not sure what this was. Looks like it's got 2 doors. Cedar shingle roof. It does have a Dish TV network, so this had to have been in use pretty recently. But that's what I love, is a good mystery. It's the foundation for exploring and discovering. So here's the outbuilding we first walked by. And it looks like there's a buck rail fence. There's probably a pasture over there. And then there's an entrance to the pasture. I think this pasture actually wraps around to the other side. We'll visit that. And then we can see kind of the back of the building right here. It's in good shape. Board batten siding. I don't know if the Park Service comes in here and does any maintenance work. I don't think they do. Hello? Anybody here? I'm guessing it's just some type of storage. Lots of hooks and nails on the wall to hang things. Hello? In the wall here, there's lots of pieces of wood. Like scrap wood you would use. Maybe this is what storage for it was. Maintenance. And then we've got some Christmas lights. Why they're hung up in here, I don't know. All right. On we go. All right, we're gonna go inside. All right. That's where people came in and looks like a ski rack. Put your shoes here, go out cross country skiing. This has kind of a 70s vibe to it. Not sure what this thing is. It's got rocks in it. A lot of cut stone here. I wonder if this was cut locally. Look at this big fireplace. We'll stack some wood in there. Have a comfy fire. Man, I bet that's heavy. They had a really nice view out this window. You've got the Tetons just right there. Looks really magical. Kitchen. Baseboard heat. Expensive. This looks kind of like a laundry room. Closet space. Maybe a bedroom back here. Lots of mouse droppings in here. Actually, this looks like a laundry room. Got the steps right there. Sorry it's so dark in here. I should have brought a light. There's another bedroom. Another small bedroom. I remember having these panels like this as a kid, like in the 70s and 80s. The fake wood paneling. Got a bathroom in here, but there's no power, obviously. There is a downstairs, but I went and looked, and it's completely pitch black. So none of this video is going to show up, so I'll come back and grab some of that. And hopefully add it onto this video, but that's it for this. It's in really good shape. One of the things I love about these properties in the park is that they're not trashed. You don't see a lot of garbage and soda cans, and people have done graffiti and smashed things up really bad. And I think that probably alludes to the fact that people don't know about these. One thing I don't do is I don't ever reveal locations for these. You know, you might be able to pick up a clue or something about where these are if you look really hard, but I definitely don't want to advertise this. Okay. Moving away from the main building, there's this structure here, log cabin. I love the detail work on it. And then this looks like some type of overhang or something for you put your tractor or truck underneath this thing. In the winter, you got a snow shovel sitting right there. Definitely need a few of those around here if you're living full time. I wanted to walk over and just show how close the Snake River is. You can see that's more of a meander of the main Snake River. It kind of just shoots off and comes close to the property here, but if you go over that island, there's the main part of the river there, but this is like a meander. So this would have been great to just head down and go fishing or go soak your feet in the river, take a boat out. Really nice location. Can't beat it. Look at all the Scotch thistle here. These things hurt if you run into them. It's also an invasive plant. They will just take over and slurp all the water from the grass and everything else. Kind of a nasty plant, in my opinion. Alright, so here's the front of the structure. It's got kind of like a sliding door in the front. I don't think I've ever seen that. But perhaps that's easier than trying to open a door. There's a lot of snow. Hey, bear. I want to make sure there's nothing in here. Love the detail work. The wood has a beautiful patina on it. this barn wood. There's a humming sound. I don't know if you can hear it. Almost like a buzzing drone, which makes me think that there's a large hornet's nest in here. I see one right there. Let's take a look at this and be quiet. See if I can not get stung. I'm gonna skip going back there because of that hornet's nest and what I'm hearing. Now I do see the rails that those doors slide in and out, so maybe you brought an ATV into here, or I'm not sure. Maybe somebody knows. I did see this. There's a antler kind of coat rack thing. It's kind of cool. But again, this cabin's in great shape. Outside of here, looks like you've got pastures. Alright, so we've got the house, barn, our cabin. Got this buck rail fence and old gate here. Looks like maybe this is a corral. Maybe this is where they kept the horses overnight, or when they got them ready for people to ride. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Right over here on the side of the property is this really nice creek. Just flowing through. This has been really nice, just to be able to bring the horses right over here and let them drink. What a peaceful and serene place this is. There were some fortunate people that were able to either live here or come visit. I mean, just being here for a few minutes, or the short time that I've been here, I feel very peaceful, calm. The stresses of our modern world have just gone from my body. So this fence goes all the way around to the front of the house. I just wanted to take a look and see what the house looked like. It's really overgrown in here. Or if you're a kid, wouldn't that be a fun tree to climb? That's perfect. Something out here. Not really sure what it was. There's a big, huge board here, almost like this was maybe a small pond or water feature they had built. Because it's all dug out, but then it's got this little island here in the middle. And then you've got some water feature here, or some bricks and stones that were purposely put here. So yeah, maybe this was some type of water feature that ran around here. Here's the front of the house. It's really cozy to be here. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. So I wandered around for a minute or two just to explore, to see what was around here. And look what I found. There's another house over here. This looks like more of a mountain chalet or cabin. It's a lot more handsome, I think, than the other one. Oh, yeah. Hey, bear. Look at this. This looks very weathered. Cedar shingle roof. Those things are hardy. There's a reason they were used around here. This looks like a little greenhouse. Those almost look like a chicken coop. I could be wrong. Please post in the comments if you think that's stupid and it's something else. This is a beautiful place. I love the, let's see if we can swing around here to the outside and get a view of the front. Yeah, look at that. That's like a quintessential Wyoming mountain cabin. I love it. Alright, so we're back at the cabin. I just took a quick break to look around, look at these cool like stump stools. They've been hacked up with an axe. Lots of character. Good place to sit after a long day out on the river, riding horses, hunting. This one's locked, so I'll be able to go in. I wish I could show you the interior a little bit better. It has like a lot of artistic aspects to it, like some adobe painted walls. So maybe this was an artist's home. I can imagine them sitting on this porch looking at the Tetons in nature here and being inspired to make pottery or do paintings or write poetry. Or maybe it's just a bunch of dudes and they're out here shooting guns and being redneck, I don't know. But I like to think it was the artist. Alright. Something I just saw right here is a kind of cool set of bird's nest. Or birdhouses, sorry. Another little artistic touch there. I sure would like to take a look inside this place and go upstairs. mice now call this place home. Looks like a utility room. Looks like there might have been a wood stove here. But it does not smell good in here. Kind of urine smell. Oh, it's July. And it's hot in this greenhouse. Go figure. Peaceful little spot. Looks like a flue for a stove. I'm not sure. Shower. I don't know if you can see that very well because it's kind of dark in here, but no aspirin. Darn. Somebody took the last sheet too. Ooh. Spooky. Do I want to go up here? I know all of you are like, yeah, I go up there. What's your problem? Bleh. God, what lives in there? Smart work. place. Okay, that's a quick view of this place. I'm gonna get out of here before I contract hantavirus. Perhaps already have. One thing that's important when you visit these places, I want to emphasize this, is first of all, I'm not going to disclose the location. And number two is you respect that this is a capsule in time. It's historic. You don't take anything, you don't break anything, you don't mess anything up. That way you can have experiences like this where you get to see this time capsule and this beautiful old home in the middle of a national forest. I figured I'd just go on a little walkabout. Whenever I do stuff like this, it reminds me I should be wearing long pants. So I'm hiking out right now. That's one thing I love about this place. It's the end of July. We're at about 6,500 feet in elevation, but it's getting to be a wonderful time of year because it's maybe 75 degrees, a cool breeze, and it's just really just kind of moderate and comfortable to come out here. And next month we could even see some snowfall out here. But this is a wonderful place to just spend some time and hike. Sounds like there's a creek over here. Hey, bear. Oh man, this is nice. Somebody's socks down here. Can you imagine having that right outside your cabin window? I would just sleep all the time. Got a lot of animals come down here to get a drink of water. It's probably the path that I come down on. I don't really see any footprints down here. Like paw prints or... New spot. So I wanted to just quickly show you something that I look out for when I'm hiking. It is going to be a video of some poop, so if you don't like this kind of stuff, skip over it. But you know, I try and keep an eye on what's happening on the trails and roads that I'm walking on, and as I'm walking along, I'll see deer and moose poop and stuff like that. But you can actually see this pile right here is bear poop, and you can see it's been eating a lot of berries, and it's probably fairly fresh because usually it gets scattered and dried out. But when I see that, it tells me that there's been bear activity recently on this trail, and that I need to be vigilant, make noise, say hey bear, and I always carry my bear spray. So just something to look out for, and something I look out for when I'm out hiking.